Dude! Seriously. Wow. That almost sounded so bad, I'm sad I did it. Okay. Four-way desert. I've made a bunch of things in this place. I kind of feel the same. What is wrong with that tree? So when Insect originally found this place, I was like, I want to build something here. Can I build something here? Yes, okay. So I built. And then I was like, I want to build something over there for you. So I built something over there for him. Then I was like, I want to build something over there for GP. So I kind of did, and I never went back to it because a lot of things happened. I will talk about that one day. There's like a giant tree that I was meant to build, and then they raised the map height, and I was like, that makes it kind of different, I guess. Because I thought this would be like the maximum height, and trees never actually go this high. Yeah, that's why this was over here instead of higher. That's why there's something up there. He was testing stuff, I guess. Anyway, blah blah blah, the campsite. Here's a real way in. That's gonna be something one day. Probably a little place under there. This is the real way in. I said that. Okay. That's weird. Those are insects. Because his name is on a different game, an insect. Oh, can't really see it. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's an insect. That's his trademark. An 8-legged insect. It's okay. He's special. He has a special place in our hearts. Naming these things makes it more finalized. Wow. I should stop walking anywhere because of these sounds. Oh. Okay, so I had a spiral staircase that ends up over here in the middle. And you get to be on the wall, you get to see this thing. This thing, okay, it took forever to make. I had Insect generate a sphere for me after many trials of making my own. Oh, it's so hard to make your own. Then I used a combination of MS Paint and like 3 hours on this thing getting it right as to where all these blocks will go, just to make it look like some sort of spirally orb. If you notice the tops of these spires and towers and whatnot. Okay, you're just gonna be annoying. Shut up. Okay. They're all different. That's that awesome point thing. This is a dome. And then this one was actually kind of fun to make. Is a spiral sort of, I guess it's like if you ever imagine if you've ever been to a store and you see those meringue candy things. They're all spirally cake-like. So that's what that one is. It's a cake. Oh, I know cake. This cake has a hole in it. Okay. This one is not mine. I would not put one here. That is GP's. Thank you. Okay. You've been great. And then that one is the main one. The sun is rising. No! I want to see. I want to see. I want to see. I want to see. I wanna see... There we go, I guess. Whoa. Ah. Oh. Sure, close enough. There you go. Sigh. Okay. Yeah. Going back to what I was talking about, this is the main one. I had to differentiate it somehow, and just having a different top apparently wasn't cutting it. That connection thing wasn't there. So I made this one. I actually made my own sphere, and then put these lapis blocks around it. It's actually kind of cool. So that's that one. That's the main entrance, if you couldn't tell. I keep adding things to make things look more like, ooh, I need to go over there because it's different. That sort of thing. I'm sure there's a word for that somewhere. I came out of this one anyway. So I would follow the staircase up and end up... Oh. End up over here. The insides all look different too because of the tops. I try to make them different. So yeah, the main entrance, I recently made this ice and wider just to make it look like a main entrance. There's that wonderful sign. This is the beginning of the labyrinth, in that I'll show you. Make a note of this little area. You can go through this way. The story behind this part is that it loops around and turns into this. So blue turns into white. I like using blue and white. Obviously, in case you didn't notice by now. So from the outside you could just barely see that there were like two tubes going around each other like a pretzel knot or something. And then it turns into this, which is obviously a dead end. Sure, why not? Explore everything. Show us everything. Us. I don't even know who you are. This is my first video. So here's a view of stuff. This, like so many views, existed before there was something to look at. So it's really hard to make them actually have a purpose. This one obviously has a purpose now, but it used to not. That's good to know. Okay, it didn't used to not, because you could see that little panda bear and its Valentine heart. I think she made that for Valentine's, or like afterwards or something, because that rose way back there was definitely a surprise. Okay, so continuing on, we went down that way, we came from there, we're going this way. Here's the top, nothing else up there, just crossing over, and then ta-da, we're back. It's another, hold on, it's another dead-end view. Okay. I really wanted to use a lot of paintings and kind of forgot about it eventually. And we're back here. It was just a loop to get you nowhere. That is what I do. I make mazes, I make labyrinths. I love them, and now you're in it. So this is the way in. This is the official, eventually I made it as the official way in, because obviously you can enter other ways. Red torch, trying to signify that going up is a dead end, because that just goes to the top of that tower. It doesn't actually go down. I'm not gonna go there. I was inside that little tube. This staircase was fun to make. I like self-lighting staircases. Obviously that's the easy way to go down, but if you wanted to go up, you don't have to jump, you just go around. When this gets less dizzying, I think I heard a zombie. Oh well. Here's a window to that area, which you might remember when I was in there. That used to connect here. Then I was like, gotta change stuff around, make it more like a maze. This is kind of cool. I might as well take you this way since I said it was so cool. So let's go up this way. Another little opening. I like the openings whenever there's air. I don't like filling it up. You're inside the wall. The walls are full. Not just those walls, because you remember the triangles of water that I've made that I didn't really explain, but I just, had them shown. All of the walls, I think, are filled with water just so that you could draw on the outside and see water. Seawater. Ah ha ha ha. So funny. Okay. Continue. Walk into walls. This thing looks even stranger from the outside. It just looks unique from the inside. So I add water, self-lighting lava, blah blah blah. Keep spiraling down. I think this is the only 2 wide staircase I have. That's why it was fun to make. The other one I made was for GP's tree that I never finished. So, okay, that's confusing. Yeah, just to be unique. Not gonna open that, you know what's in it. Lapis. And that was just a means of saying, hey, you have to go out this way. Okay. And a lot of these are hidden because, secrets. That one's not. Yes. Beyond the wall, because this is technically outside of the wall. It was once an open cave. I built this thing sort of kind of maybe symmetrical. I used to have a pyramid dug into the earth, the Minecraft earth, of another person's server from that same other game that we all just come from. And I had to. I made so many different kinds of floors and ceilings. It was kind of, I don't want to say annoying because it was fun, but it really ruined my creativity. Ruined it. It made me feel spent. There we go. It took so long to finish any of those, and especially because we didn't have this menu when I started making it, so I had to actually spawn in things and dye the wool and whatnot. Brown wool was the absolute worst because you couldn't spawn in cocoa beans, and brown sheep were nowhere to be found. Literally, I looked everywhere. You couldn't breed them if you found them. They wouldn't regrow them anyway, so I just had a room that had the cyan and a few little brown wool that I happened to find from cocoa beans. What is that noise? Anyway, yeah. So now that it's pretty much infinite, pretty much it is. Ooh, lag. Blue and cyan, blue and brown, cyan and brown, teal, I guess. Okay, teal and brown go really good together to me. So that's what I put here. Stories for everything ever told. This thing.